What in the dickens is a Stockade Match? Hey, EPW. That's the main event on their Halloween Hysteria match. It's been about 5 days, actually. So, yeah, I've only just got in there, really. Still got Memphis Wrestling to do. I leave it to the end, you know. I don't know why. Because I like it so much. That's probably why. And they're calling it a Stockade Match. What a Stockade to me is a sort of a kind of, well, I suppose it's a prison kind of place where you put people in a siege or something like that. You know, this is actually stocks, not the stockade. You know, where you've got two bits of wood and there's holes cut in them, and you put your head in one bit and your arms in the other, and then people throw things at you. That's what the stocks are. Well, that's what they think. I mean, maybe in the US of A, and this is in Mississippi, of course, with the M's and the I's. Don't forget the S's and the P's. No. And there's I've just had chicken and chorizo. It was very, very nice, prepared by my lovely wife. How smashing! Oh, it was lovely. Anyway, this is I suppose what they call the stocks in America. I don't think it is, though, is it? I don't think it is. But anyway, maybe EPW can tell me. Maybe they can tell me. And it's Jimmy Blaylock and Gene Jackson. Where's Joey Gross? I saw him on a Jimmy Blaylock video recently. So he's not on holiday or anything. So he's around. Why isn't he there? Anyway, one of the best. I mean, this has got two matches. The second of which is the aforementioned Stockade match. The first, I prefer a pomade match. You know, where they slicked somebody's hair down at the end of it. Yeah, maybe somebody could have a fro, like Marko. Marko's got a nice fro. And Shawn Hoodrich, I think, has got a fro as well. Maybe they could slick each other's hair down. Anyway, look, here's my notes. They are not in the Stockade match, but their match, I mean, they're two great wrestlers, brilliant. And the ending of this match, I have never seen a pin like this before. And I thought I knew wrestling. I thought I watched so much that nothing's going to surprise me. Nothing's going to surprise in the wrestling ring. I think I've seen it all, but certainly not. No. And Hoodrich, who comes to the ring with a snake, of course. The snake is in a suitcase. And he attacks Marko Harris, backstage, grabs the snake, puts it on one hand while he smacks Marko with the other. Don't forget which hand you put it on. You don't want to be smacking somebody with a snake. However, the snake will be involved in the pin in an extraordinary way. So they will fight because it's matchmaking, isn't it? But I like this because I like Hoodrich. I like Marko Harris. They're both great wrestlers. I'm trying to get my beard sorted because it's bothering me. We're all sticking on one side, really. Yeah, both great wrestlers, and why shouldn't they fight? Why shouldn't they fight? So anyway, by the way, there are two kids in the crowd dressed like the Twins of Salem who will be in the main event later on for the Stockade match, for the pomade match. Anyway, that's a very old school reference. Hoodrich and Harris. Harris is now called High Energy Harris. Very nice. It's called Hang Time Harris as well, isn't it? I like both of those. And at one point, he hops the guardrail, picks up a kid who is a fan at ringside, grabs him, and then tells him, as Shawn Hoodrich runs in, to kick him. And he does. It's like a mini drop kick. It's strange. Just strange. He then gets a drop kick of his own, does Harris. Wicked air on that. Lovely sling blade. And then Hoodrich does that thing where he runs the ropes and teases a big kick, but then puts the worked headlock on instead. And the crowd are, oh, yeah, well, I'm a heel, you see. That's what I do. I like it. I like Harris's slingshot uppercut for a 2 count. And then Hoodrich gives us not one, but 2 go to sleeps for 2.999 recurring, which is quite right, because I'd be blown well out. Well, I wouldn't be in the ring, would I? No, not a gentleman of my delicate constitution. No. Anyway, then there's a slingshot German suplex from Harris. Hoodrich kind of looked into. You think, are you gonna come and do this? Gonna do it? But then, what a lovely super kick from Shawn Hoodrich. They both look fantastic. Then there's a ref bump, and Harris gets his fabled cutter off the top. No ref though, you see. And then it happens. Hoodrich grabs his snake, and not that. Don't get it. Don't cheapen it. Don't cheapen it. He grabs the snake that he has with him, and uses it to choke Marko Harris, and that is your pin. Marko fades. The crowd are surprised. I'm blooming surprised because it's just choked him out with a snake. The ref didn't count to 5, but actually on this occasion, I'm blooming glad he didn't, because it's just great. Shawn Hoodrich, my word, you've got something very special going on. Love it. Well done, mate. Well done, both of you. And this is the Stockade match. It's almost as if they had the idea and then thought, we don't quite know what to do with it. There are 2 sets of stocks, you see. Look at on the glasses, look at that. 2 sets of stocks, and both members of each team have to go in the stocks for the other team to win. So it's simple, isn't it? But there's not a lot you can do with that. So let me explain. For the tag team titles that the Initiative have, they fight immediately, and Goddess very quickly trips. It looks like both twins as they are running the ropes. Then there's a Stereo Initiative back suplex, which is lovely. The Initiative are both then low bridged, and there were stereo topes. That looks great. Looks great from the twins. Jackson, Crowley and Abel Booker, who apparently are no longer with Memphis, which is a shame, really. Memphis Wrestling. They put Goddess into the Stockade. It doesn't look like there's any kind of clasp or, lock or a padlock or anything like that. It doesn't look like it. So you could actually just get out, but they don't. I mean, they understand what's happening here, and they don't get out, and that's fair enough. So the twins then get an atomic drop into a discus clothesline, which is just lovely. Genesis saves Hunt from the Stockade, and the Goddesses got out, and Abel's put in. Jackson then gets an enziguri, but of course he's on his own here. There was an Initiative double suplex, a Hunt super power slam. That's lovely off the top rope. That is beautiful. And then Jackson gets a kind of enziguri. It looks like he whips it round. Really well done. He's got those long levers, you see. His work is just quality. And then the Initiative get a Boston Crab in the buckle. Second buckle. And I think it's Trace Hunt who's standing there, sort of, pulling on his legs. And it looks like Jason Genesis has the idea of, well, just pull his legs back and then we'll have a Boston Crab. Just great. I mean, the offensive stuff here, the offense is just incredible on this show. It's just, it's amazing. It really is. And then we've got Genesis talking to the camera saying how good they are. In the meantime, Hunt is put into the Stockade. Genesis is thrown to the guardrails. I mean, with authority, he cannonballs into the guardrails. It's lovely. Goddess then lets Hunt out. There's a double team, and both of the twins are in the Stockade, and that's it. There was some really good work, and they didn't half work quickly and well and innovatively, and it was beautiful. The work they put in, it's just that the stip wasn't particularly good. There's not much you can do with it, and that was a shame. But I have to say, I learned some new things here this week. Never seen a Boston Crab done like that. Never seen somebody choked out with a snake before. And I've watched Jake a lot. Just great. It's a pleasure to watch them. And a pleasure to see these great teams. And I can't wait for next week, because you never know. We might have, I don't know, a Hurricane Rana from the light gantry. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Have a go at that. Ta-ta.